Hey everybody, how's it going out there, Bear Bull Traders? Good to see you all out there in YouTube land. We've got a bit of a recap coming for you from me and my boy Paris. We had a really fun day in the chat room, which was interesting because I think all of us were kind of bored in the pre-market show. We were all just kind of hanging out. We really didn't have any major stocks that were just like freaking us out, other than maybe Shop, which Paris has got a treat to share with you on Shop, on just an incredibly great play on that. So actually, I don't even want to wait for it. So let's go ahead and get over to our boy Paris. Paris, how are you doing, man? Great trade on Shop. I can't wait for you to kind of talk everybody through this one.
Yeah, pretty good. I had a really nice trade captured on Chop, and the basic thesis is a really nice ABCD 5 minute opening range breakout. And the thesis was initially when a stock is open strong, Shop was had a really nice volume in the pre-market, and once it came back to the VWAP, rejected the VWAP really nicely, stopped the, this is the area I'm looking for some kind of a rejection and trapping a lot of sellers, because usually when it sells, a lot of people go short, and when the volume comes in and immediately it pushes back higher, a lot of shorts get trapped and it would lead to a squeezing effect on the higher side. And these are the types of consolidations where the buyer would hold. 56 was holding, and again, a very nice area to add. I did not was able to add it, but captured a really nice move again to 59. And as in when it was really extended from 55, $4 move very quickly, and I shorted the anything above 59. And this is a very quick short scalp, so that is where I flipped my position, and I shorted 59. The scalping was usually just to, I know the stock is strong, it's not going to pull back very quickly to VWAP. I'm looking only when you see an extreme reversal, and everybody who in the chat room knows, Eamon talks about that, and it pulls back to VWAP to, sorry, not VWAP, the 9 EMA or a 20 EMA. So my target was I'm going to scalp it to the 9 EMA and call it a day. So that's where this was my second trade. On the flip side, shorted it, and now this is comes through experience where, whenever the stock is actually very strong and it's trying to capture towards the 60 level, they don't go to 60 level in a very quick or a direct session. They would basically consolidate, pull back, and usually after a couple of times they would start thinking of going to 60. So Shop has a very good probability that it goes to 60 today, but it takes time. It doesn't go 60 very quickly. So that was the second time that this was the third trade which I took on the long side to capture the break of the high of the day and also capture that 60 level. And I added more, covered some, but then I got stopped out. So this was my third trade on Shop. Still a very all three trades worked out very profitably, and and yeah, so this was three trades on Shop. I also traded Apple, and Apple tried to chop me around at the open, but all of my trades were either break even or a small losing trade. And the thesis behind me was trading all trades that you see right here are all short, and the thesis was shorting the 165 level. And first thing, shorted it, covered some, stopped out. Shorted, covered some, stopped out. The third time, shorted, stopped out above 165. So I was using 165 as a level, and usually when there is a seller at 165, it very quickly sells off and moves away from the price, but it wasn't doing that, and I didn't like the price action. I shorted for the final fourth time. Usually I try 3 to 4 times before I call it a day on a stock, and then this is the fourth time I tried, and again stopped out with a small profit. And as you can see, this wasn't a tradable stock. It just came back up, and now it's very choppy right now. So I'm glad I'm not a part of it. Very overall, this ticker was overall losing ticker, but Shop was a very profitable trade for me. So yeah, those were the two tickers that I traded this morning, and calling it a day. Very profitable trade.
Man, that is awesome. Perfect. What a great explanation for everyone looking, around these, like, especially with a stock with good catalyst like Shop. I think the way Pyrus played this was absolutely beautiful. And him and I were, I'm kind of, I have my heat map here. I'll kind of show you guys on Shop. You can see kind of as Pyrus did that reversal on Shop, you can kind of see how right as it was topping out through this large order, there was kind of these orders stuck above. So as it went low, it was just a perfect spot to try and play that reversal as far as the way the order book was structured as well. So I was kind of like Pyrus at the beginning. To be honest, I was looking at Apple too, and I kind of had the same idea about the 165 level, and it seemed like every time we were there, we were kind of selling. We kind of had some, the level 2 order book looked a little bearish, and every time we pushed into that level, I saw selling. So I kind of did the same thing. It kind of opened. I went short. I got a couple partials, stopped out at break even, just like my man Pyrus. The only difference between him and me is I kind of got tired faster. He's got more energy than I do, so he took a couple more rips at that thing. I just kind of stopped. So I also tried to trade on Tesla, which it inevitably did work for the most part. I ran a wide stop on it and ended up taking that off at break even. But my good trade was Amazon. Actually called out in the chat room. Everyone started pointing out at this large seller we had sitting right on R4 at Amazon. So kind of the same way you topped out on shop there, I kind of almost did the same exact thing on Amazon, except I just caught the top. I never got retested. So when we had a beautiful sell-off, a couple of times, my average cost being 105.26, I was within, look at the 105.255. So I got within a half a penny. I got within a fractional of getting stopped out a couple of times here, which is fantastic. That's always a lot of fun. So that was Apple. Really great day on Apple. And then my coup de grace, which I'm really, really excited about, which I was showing everybody in the room, was actually a trade I took on MNQ. Which I just covered at this ahead of S4 here, because this was actually a swing trade that I've been holding since yesterday. So I shorted NQ with 4 contracts at the high yesterday up at the top when we got to R4, and then was holding it and covered it ahead of S4 today because we had a large order wall on NQ at 1300. So, and you can see we sold right down to S4 and bounced off of it perfectly. Look how beautifully tight we were to R4 on the previous day. So I nailed the top on NQ to within, a couple of ticks, and nailed the bottom to within a couple of ticks over the span of a swing, which is pretty stinking exciting. So between those trades, had a really rocking day and had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that recap. Pyrus, man, it's been fun. We're supporting the boss while he's doing the base camp Everest thing, but we're kind of having fun doing some recaps and doing some trading, man. So it's been a lot of fun. So maybe we can do a couple more of these before he gets that flag up there and gets back, man. It's been fun, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool,
Thank you,
man.
Thor.
Well, everybody out there, hey, don't forget, if you have a minute, you know how it works. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, ring that bell, smash it, whatever you do to it, do something. And interact. Lots of comments. We'll make sure to comment back if you do. I hope you have a great one. And as always, people, keep it green. Thanks.